Yo, we just people from the north side. Once and Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your host, your boy George Mackay, and I'm back here, Desi Wrestling Summer Heat, and I'm with one of my favorite people. Someone who's become a friend of me. Even though in the beginning, he may have not liked,
You or a friend of me?
a friend to me.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Maclin. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Traveling here was good. It's raining today, so I know the fans are going to be lining up here soon, but hopefully they get indoors soon.
Absolutely. And you know, you just said something to me that's very interesting before we recorded. It's your first cage match.
Yeah, I'm excited, especially with Trent for the rivalry we kind of have going on here, especially the story we're trying to tell. I'm very kind of not nervous, but going into this with no idea of what I'm planning to do or what could happen.
We'll tag him and bag it. Mayhem.
Yes. And then, of course, my wife telling me, please, no blood, none of this, none of that when I left the house. So we'll see how that goes.
I've always wondered how those wrestling conversations happen between husbands and wives that are in the business. Because do you also have those same words of wisdom for her when she does crazy matches?
No, I just make sure she's okay.
Make sure she's okay.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Let her do her thing.
You let her be free, but you don't feel the freedom on your end.
I think that's how a relationship works.
Yes, you would be right.
That's marriage. Yes, you would be right. That's as far as I'm going to go in that conversation.
I love it. Listen, we're both married. We understand what happens, and this is pre-recorded, so we're both going to get in trouble. So let's just look in the camera and say, honey, my honey, I love you. Steve Maclin would like to say.
D, you're always right.
We've now covered every base, because now you can just play that clip, and Deonna will know she's always right. I could send this to you. I can even do like a thing and like a whole thing. She's always right. I love it. So, first steel cage match, you're unsure what you're going to do, but the rivalry here has been so solid because, in a lot of ways, you won this title and the Impact World title simultaneously. And yet, you had to give up both simultaneously. So, it's actually great since the last time we spoke to kind of get your perspective. When you suffer an injury like that, you have to give up the TNA World title, or at the time, the Impact World title, now the TNA World title, and you had to give up the title here plus any other titles you were carrying. That's gotta suck because all those titles you had to give up, you never lost.
Yeah, it's hard work, but then it's a bump in the road you just got to deal with, and it's something that we learn from as talent, and me as an individual, it's something that I've grown from now, knowing like, all right, what are my limitations? And it's also helped me outside of the ring be a little bit more careful of how I'm treating my body and what I'm putting into my body, stretch more yoga, actually warming up before matches for once.
You never warmed up?
Not really. I kind of still don't. I kind of just throw up, move around a little bit, a couple of push-ups here or there.
Deonna would not be happy about that.
But no, she doesn't really do the same thing. I pace a lot. You'll see me walking here.
Okay, you're like me.
I'm
The
a
ADD
pacer.
kicks in and you have that nervous energy you have to expel.
Yes.
I get it.
So it's I grew from it, if anything.
I love that. Well, I want to talk about growing because I want to talk about your evolution of Steve Maclin in TNA. I feel like once TNA rose from the ashes with that Phoenix, I feel like the whole roster, which was a roster that the last time we spoke, we talked about chips on shoulders, how everyone on that roster is always anxious to prove that they are one of the best rosters in pro wrestling, and I still agree to this day that it is one of the strongest rosters. But I feel like having the TNA logo behind you guys has now made you guys even hungrier because now this has resurrected TNA, but you want to keep the blood flowing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's just that chip on the shoulder is never going to go away. That's how I'll always operate myself. I'll always try to act like nothing is ever going to be good enough. I need to be better. This has to be better. This could be crisper. How I speak could be a lot better and more intellectual sometimes. But it's that hunger, and that's the good thing. Once TNA came back in January with Hard to Kill, and now the strides that we made with Slammiversary in Montreal and selling out with 4,000 plus. Now we want to get to 5,000, to 10,000, to 20,000. Get back to those old arenas. And get over to the UK, just travel the world. Like, we want to get TNA out there for the brand that it is, and to me, it's the best pro wrestling that is out there from start to finish of any show. And that's my opinion, and that's not to say I'm a flag bearer of it, but that's just what I strive for. No matter what, anytime I'm out there, I'm representing myself, but I'm also representing TNA.
I love that. I love the passion that you showed in just that answer that you gave, which was phenomenal. But I want to talk about Nick Namath right now. He's the champ. Josh Alexander's going at that title. If Josh Alexander wins that title, you're also in contention, I believe, for that title shot. Could we possibly see Maclin versus Alexander finally for the title? Finally with gold on the line? I mean, if the stars align, it feels like it's heading that way.
In a perfect world, that would be the best thing too. But you also have the Iron Man coming out of Emergence now with Nemeth and with Josh. Josh is my pick just because I've seen him actually wrestle in Iron Man matches.
Crazy, ridiculous how many he's done.
Yeah, but with Nemeth is a multi-world champion across other companies. He's done this forever. He's so damn good. He does steal the show when he goes out there. Whether you're in the ring with him or not, he's stealing the show. But that's also what we strive to do and what I strive to do. And if it comes down to me and Josh somewhere down the line for the match that should have happened at Rebellion 2 years ago, then that'd be kind of cool.
That absolutely would be ridiculously awesome. And of course, I mean, I think in the promo package, if that were to happen, they should show that picture of you and Josh with that unicorn and Josh. Like, I thought that picture was phenomenal. And even in that picture, somehow you say straight-faced. I don't think I've ever seen you smile a whole lot in photos. Like, when you turn on the Maclin, like right now, I could try to turn on the Maclin. I could be like, see, I still want to smile because I'm sitting next to Steve Maclin, right?
People think I'm angry all the time. I'm not.
No, you're not.
It's just me.
You're a sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean that.
I try to tell everybody that, but nobody believes her.
Well, your wife is also a sweetheart, and I love the fact that I was able to get both of you guys on the show at different times in your careers. I got her right before kind of her farewell, and she moved on to AEW. And I got to ask, it must be hard not working with your best friend all the time.
It is and it isn't. It's fun to see the hunger back in her right now because she got to such a high point in TNA. Or Impact at the time, where she was the reigning champion, multi-world champion, tag team champion of the Knockouts. And then now she's got to go reinvent herself in a way to a new audience at AEW. And that to me is awesome to see because she's just hungry again with it. Like, she's never lost her hunger, but like she's got a little bit more oomph behind what she's doing. She's got a little bit more of a spark, and she's hungry for that spot, and that's what she's fighting for. And I enjoy to watch that because that's how our house is. We want to be the best at what we do.
Absolutely. I mean, and you think of the roster that's over there, the matches, the dream matches that she can have. Her Britt Baker, her Toni Storm, which we've already seen, her Mercedes. Like, the list goes on and on of the dream matches that are there. I mean, I'm not going to lie, one for me would be her and Thunder Rosa. I think that would be belt to belt a banger.
We just got done with that with the bull rope match. You didn't watch?
I did not watch. See? Whoops. So, okay, see, that's the problem. It was Saturday at Collision. I wasn't, like, I got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a bull rope match.
Live interviews with wrestlers, you gotta know what's going on.
I do know what's going on. Are you questioning my integrity? There's so much wrestling to watch, though. Yeah, so that actually leads to my next question. With apologies, I'm sure that match was dynamite. I'm going to watch it now. I'm going to get fucking... I'm going to have to edit this whole part out. It's all fucked up. It was Collision? No, I said I'm going to have to watch it when it's done. God damn it, Steve. Jesus, wrestling fans, I apologize. I'm an interviewer that's behind on his... Okay, so that dream match happened.
In a bull rope match. In Texas.
Texas bull rope match. Yeah.
Missed out on that one. It's great. They both play.
Oh, okay, I'm just going to I'm going to hand you that.
Yeah. You want me to interview you now?
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
cool.
I'm just going to step out.
So how are you feeling with the feud with the Bloodline and all that in WWE? Are you even watching that?
I am watching that, thank you. I'm a big Jacob Fatu fan, so I actually do love that storyline. And I do try to keep up on AEW, but like you were saying before, Steve Maclin, thank you for having me on your podcast, by the way.
Yeah, this is now the Maclin Show.
This is the Maclin Show. It's amazing. It's very difficult for wrestling fans. So back to you now. I'm going to take this back. You said it yourself. It's not, you don't, I know, but you don't envy wrestling fans because there's so much to watch.
There's so much. And as a wrestling fan now, I think people have their favorites where they watch on each company. And it's kind of like, for me, with being a fan, I love the New York Giants. But growing up, like, I love individual players on other teams. Granted, I've never loved a Cowboys player, but Jason Witten is one of the better tight ends that's ever played the game. And I enjoyed watching him. But other than that, Cowboys can give two shits about the Cowboys.
I'm a Giants fan too, by the way. So, I am a legitimate Giants fan.
Did you see Jones's pick six earlier?
Yeah.
Whatever. I have very, very low expectations that I'm not disappointed this season.
Yeah.
But no, everybody just picks their favorite players now. It's the same in wrestling, where you have your favorite players and your favorite wrestlers that are in each company. And that's kind of, I think, where everybody kind of is at now.
See, I try to follow their individual socials, but it's so hard to keep up on that too. It's just everywhere, and it's hard. And there's so much, and there's a plethora. And like you said, there's favorite teammates. But one product I do keep up on a regular is TNA. And and I'm not saying that because you're here and I'm afraid of you. I am. But I do keep up on TNA regularly because you know what? TNA is seamless for me, much like MLW. When MLW was doing their weekly product, 1 hour, not a whole lot to, strive your attention. And also, too, like, I have ADD, but now with all these factoids of, like, I get lost in the sauce. Yeah. You know how many times I've tried to watch The Rookie, and my wife will have it on, and I'll be playing a game on my phone, and she'll be like, you're missing out on The Rookie. I'll be like, what happened? What happened to Nolan? Do you watch The Rookie, by the way? It's a good show. 6 seasons. Nathan Fillion, man. It's awesome.
Look it out.
Oh, are you gonna take my? Wow, a recommendation to Steve
Just
Maclin.
restarted Sons of Anarchy again.
You can never go wrong with that. I actually just
In the background, between that, The Ranch, that's on Netflix with Ashton Kutcher. I don't know if we watched that at all.
I never got into that.
That's a good one to just have. Sam Elliott's awesome in it.
Sam Elliott's in it?
Yeah.
Okay, you sold me. Tombstone, hello. One of the greatest Western movies of all time.
We just have our same shows we go to back and forth that we just kind of put on TV. To just
For me, it's I'm a Big Bang fan, and I also love Breaking Bad. I can watch Breaking Bad's like my sons. I can have it in the background, and it doesn't matter what episode, I'll know the line. I'll be like, oh, yeah, there it is.
Still have to catch up on Better Call Saul.
Oh, okay.
Season, I haven't seen that yet, so.
So good. So good. See, that's the problem, too. There's so much content out there now. When do you fit it all in a day? You don't. You can't.
No.
So this interview has proven that I have fallen very bad at the wheel at AEW. I need to catch up on the product. Okay. I apologize. I apologize to Deonna. I know she's going to watch this. I'm sorry. You deserve better as a fan.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. He's like Steve said, you're always right, 100%. And also, you could whoop my ass on any given day. She could. She could easily whoop
she'll
me.
whip my ass.
She actually did admit that she could whoop your. When I sat down with her, I asked her, I go, who's better in the ring? She said, it's me.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
She's right.
She is right.
She's right.
She is a lot more agile. She's got speed too. But you do have power. Yeah. But she's slippery.
Yeah, she'll break my arm.
She will. And she'll do it with a smile on your face.
Yes.
I think she will.
And I'll probably enjoy it too. That's the weird.
Do you guys have a safety word? Okay, my final question to get back on the ring. We talked about the chip on the shoulder and TNA still and you having the chip on your shoulder yourself, not even the roster, but always having the. Is there ever a moment in your career that the chip has gone away with all the successes that you have, or do you always feel like that chip is still there? Because you feel like, are you always trying to prove something to yourself, or are you always trying to prove something to the wrestling world?
I'd say both. More or less, it's proving to myself that I have the belief and the ability of what I'm capable of doing. Like tonight with the cage match here, I've never had a cage match, so like this is new territory for me to have fun with. But for me to have a chip on my shoulder all the time, it's just to still keep going out there and prove to myself that I can do this at a high level. And then the fans will let me know when I can. And I'll probably know myself when I can't do that at a certain level. But I like to know that I can do it for myself, and let alone the fans who are paying the ticket, who are buying a seat, who are buying my 8x10s or T-shirts at television. And it's just cool, especially like I did an indie up in New York not too long ago, and for a little girl to just sit there, and I was heckling her a little bit, and then her and her dad are the first two people at my merch table right after, and I was like, oh, did you have fun? Like, that to me is the enjoyable thing. For me at least, is like that was me as a kid, and like I was with my dad or my mom going to shows, and it was just always a cool thing. So to me, that's something I don't ever want to lose, and for me, that's why I stay hungry that way and keep that chip on my shoulder.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. And there's one other bonus thing I want to talk about is the last time you were here at Destiny, we have an awesome picture of you right after you got thrown into a garbage can, and you stunk. And you stunk, and you came right up in the middle of the picture. Yeah, the Canadian trash bin. And it was covered in beer, because that's what we drink out here is a lot of beer. It's a lot of beer. So on a scale of 1 to 10, was that a first for you as well?
Going into a trash can? No.
That wasn't your first trash can?
No.
Oh, you've been through a lot of them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I was a dumb kid who did what I'm going to do tonight off the top of this cage, probably off of my garage, garbage cans, everything. Just I emulated Mick Foley, the Hardys. That was my childhood, and I get to do that as a grown man now in my underwear.
I like that. So are you channeling 12-year-old Steve Maclin tonight?
Every day.
Stevie Maclin?
Yeah.
Was it Stevie? Was it little Stevie?
Nobody calls me Stevie.
I'm going to get so much. I did not know that. Oh, jeez.
Yes, we're hitting my 12-year-old, 13-year-old self here.
Steven. We're hitting Steve.
Yes.
Steve. Just Steve. Okay. You're very angry with me right now. I didn't know about Stevie.
Which is pretty fun. Okay. My wife will enjoy that.
All right, perfect. Well, Deonna, you deserve better as a fan. I'm sorry I let you down. I got to catch up on the product. I'm sure the match was phenomenal. On Collision. And FTR, welcome back. I didn't know this either. So, Steve Maclin, thank you for keeping me up on the product. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I can't wait for the AEW fans and Marks to be all over that and rip me a new one on the internet, because that's always fun.
And if not, they just tune into TNA every week on the TNA Plus app or on Access TV or wherever you can watch TNA.
Nice
Also
plug.
the TNA Plus app, though. Get on the TNA Plus app.
TNA Plus app. Oh, bonus question. Another bonus question. Maple Leaf Sports coming back. Scott D'Amore resurrecting another company from the proverbial ashes. Yeah. How exciting is that to see that Scott has moved on to another product or project, and he is flourishing and bringing back literally something that is a legend in pro wrestling. Maple Leaf is huge in pro wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, you know of the product.
It's awesome. Wrestling is a very cool business right now. For everything from, there's places to work everywhere. Whether you come look at indie talent, whether you're watching people on television, whether you get to see me wherever I end up popping up here or there, it's fun. That's the fun part about it.
Absolutely.
Who knows, maybe I'll pop up there.
I would love to see you pop up back in NXT. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know the relationship is there, the partnership is there, but I think you have unfinished business in NXT, to be honest with you.
I have an old partner that's behind the scenes nowadays too as a coach. So
there you go. I think you and Charlie Dempsey would have a banger of a match, though.
it's a why does everybody say banger?
It just means it's going to be an incredible match.
It's going to be an incredible match, but that's like the thing.
Well, it's like, remember JR back in the day used to be like, there's going to be a barn burner. Slobber knocker.
Banger's the new slobber knocker.
Banger is the new slobber knocker. So you go out there tonight and you have a banger of a match with Trent Seven. Okay. That's it for this one, guys. Steve Maclin. Peace, love, and wrestling. Peace.
We just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on the own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.